Hello there. Today we'll be doing merge case sorted lists. Pretty simple problem. What we're trying to do is merge all of these items into sorted order. And these are linked lists, so they're a little different from our list, but we can merge them all the same. So the method that we're going to use, the fastest method, is going to be n log n because we'll be merging two of these at every time and until we get um, a single list. So this is n log n time because every time we go through a pass, we'll lose, we'll have to merge two fewer times. So basically, once we have these 8, it's going to become 4 next time. So they're going to be reduced to like 4 items. And then next time after that, we're going to be reduced to 2 items. And then lastly, we're going to be reduced to 1 item because that's all we have to merge. We just merge 2 items together to become 1. So with that, that's our method to solving this particular problem. So 8 to 4 to 2 to 1. So that's a log n method. So anything else? No, that's it. The other method is that we go through a single line at a time. So basically, we're going to fuse these together. Then we take this line and fuse it together with this. Take this line, fuse it together with that. Take these lines, fuse it together with that. So this is n log n squared time because we're basically going through the whole entire list a total of 8 times. So that's not that's a lot less code, but it's a lot more slow. So we're not going to do that. All right, so that's all we're going to do. So let's check out this code. So first things first, it says it's optional. So if not list, let's return none. First of all. So next thing we need to know is that we're going to break these lists until there's 1 list left. So while length of list is greater than 1, we're going to keep doing the thing that we're doing. In this thing that we're doing, we need to produce a temporary list. So because we need this temporary list to hold items. So while this list, okay, so for I in range from 0 to the length of the list, we're going to move by 2 because we're going to grab 2 lists every single time. So first list 1 is going to be equal to our list at I, and list 2 is equal to the list at I plus 1. Well, that's only if I plus 1 is greater than, less than the length of list. Else, we're going to return none. So now we have both lists every single time that we're going to increment through. And what we need to do is we're going to merge these lists. So self.merge list, which we have done before. So list 1 and list 2. And what we're going to do with that, and we're going to insert that into temp list. And after that, we're going to keep appending these lists together. And we're just going to set our list to equal to temp list. With that, we will repeat the cycle until we have a single list left. So once that is done, we can return list at 0. And we're done with that. So pretty simple. So now let's define the merge list function. So how do we do this? Well, basically, let's say we have 145 and 134. I think we've seen this before in the previous problem. Basically, we take a C1 and a C2, and we move through which one's bigger or smaller, and we take a C3. When we're going to set it at dummy, D equals the C3. That's where it's going to point to. So, and we're going to build it. We're just going to build a brand new list. So basically, it's going to be equal to 1. And then we move C3 forward. And we move C1 forward. And of course, we pick C2. and we take 1, and then we move it forward. Of course, we just make this a little shorter, just so that we don't have to, row so long. So then we take C2 again, one more time, 3, and we take C4, and we are done with this item. Once we run out of items on this side, and we just add them to the end. So that's all for this particular part. Pretty simple. So C3 is equal to dummy, which is equal to linked list node. That's where we're going to begin. Let's just set it at 9. Doesn't matter where we set it. C1, C2 equals list 1, list 2. Yeah, I think that looks good. So while C1 and C2, what we're gonna do is gonna set if C1 is dot val is greater or is less than C2 dot val, then of course we're gonna do C3 dot next is equal to C1, and C3 equals C1 dot next. Something C1 equals C1 dot next. Something we can do is that C3 equals C3 dot next. Otherwise, C3 dot next is equal to C2. C2 equals C2 dot next, and C3 equals C3 dot next. So you can see that this code it repeats twice. So we can just make sure it happens once and move it out of our if and else loop. So that's pretty self-explanatory. As long as we move the code out, I think it looks fine and it doesn't look weird. Okay, so now we're done with all the while loop. So basically, if C1, that means C1 still exists. C3 dot next equals C1. Otherwise, C3 dot next equals C2, and we can return now. So we're gonna return dummy dot next. And with that, I think we're done with this particular problem. Oh, syntax error. Very good. Let's see. Rerun. Return. And let's run it again. Let's see what we are missing. I think we shouldn't be missing much. We spelled merge list wrong. Okay, so no problem there. Anything else? Logically, no, nothing wrong. And let's just send it in. Great. And that's how we solve this merge case sorted list problem. Okay, if you have any questions, comment below. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Want more videos, check the link in the description below. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.